We've brought two of the best jump jockeys of all time together, Sir Anthony McCoy and Barry Geraghty, to relive some of their amazing memories throughout the years.
And they're off.
Champion chase for you, Barry, the ever so familiar colours of Sprinter Sacre.
Yeah, he was something special. He just, watch him just charge down here, the height he gave the first. But the big thing with him was to get him relaxed, because he's such a big engine, he could burn out from early.
Better than Moscow Flyer?
Do you know what? I couldn't split them. He was visually better. He was easier over a jump, but he was more of a handful. Yeah, but he was more of a handful. He was like, watch him here. He's tanking, and it's not until he turns away from the stands that he actually starts to drop the bridle. But he oozed class. But he was more impressive than Moscow. But Moscow, you could beat an average horse by 2 lengths and then beat a superstar by 2 lengths. So you never knew how much he had in the tank. But this fella, he's still tanking, and he's among good horses.
As they make the run now out into the country, and fence number 5 in the Queen Mother Champion Chase, and it's Mayor de Bivre who is out in front, Decising Europe in second, and then Sprinter Sacre will jump in third.
As you turn up the hill, which is always a great place to get a horse just to drop the bridle, turn up the hill away from the stands, the pace settles a bit, and you can start to relax and just drop your hands, find a nice rhythm then, because with him it was all about keeping a lid on him and just contain that burst of energy until later on. So he was an unbelievable jumper. There's no doubt he was the most exciting horse I ever rode.
Mayor de Bivre still has the lead for Paddy Brennan. Towards the outside, Sizing Europe and Andrew Lynch. Then there's a break of 2 lengths back to Sprinter Sacre over the ditch in third position for Barry Geraghty.
And taking him back then to not get ahead of Sizing Europe, I want to follow him as long as I can. You're just trying to not get involved. Don't let him open up his borders.
Jumping-wise, though, he was very intelligent, was he? Yeah.
Oh, he was dynamite, absolutely dynamite. He's like driving a Ferrari among Honda 50s. I had a tendency to spot a stride off this bend going to the ditch. There's about 12 strides when you straighten up for the ditch on a straight run down here. Watch now, I go and give him a squeeze and he sticks in a short stride. Work at this.
But on the outside, Sprinter Sacre, and he had a misunderstanding there with Barry Geraghty.
One of us had sense.
Yeah.
And I'd done that in Moscow.
I think your
4
long one
years.
was too long.
I know, yeah. But this one was dynamite. So when he goes down to the next one and top of the hill, square up with Sizing Europe.
Normally horses do that whenever they don't have as much in the tank as you'd hope, but he still had loads in the tank.
Oh, no, exactly.
It wasn't a tiredness thing.
No, nothing at all. He was just saying, Barry, you fool. But we're galloping down here.
And jumping to me like, yeah.
When you freewheel down the hill, and he's putting pressure on Sizing Europe, but as he's freewheeling down here, he's just filling up. The tank is filling up and he's coming alive.
Yeah, you're not using anything to get
But then he goes down, watch this.
Coming down now towards the third from home, little between them. Sprinter Sacre on the outside emerges with a narrow lead.
In the Arkle the year before, when he landed in front, he blitzed off and he nearly emptied himself out a little bit. But today he just rolls on, but he hasn't jumped straight into top gear. But we turn into the second last. It can be a tricky fence, this. You meet it on an odd straight, and I just went in and popped it, careful, popped it, and then let him roll. I spot a lovely long one at the last. I was going for the fancy picture here now. I see a lovely 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pings it.
Sprinter Sacre is away and clear. He is scintillating, he is sparkling, he is spine jingling as they race up towards the line. A perfect 8 out of 8 over fences. We may not see his like over fences for some time to come. Sprinter Sacre is the champion chaser.
You wonder what makes him different, don't you? What made him different than the rest of them? He just like...
I'd say part of that was jumping came so easy for him.
Yeah.
He was just so natural, so athletic, but so much ability, but trained by a genius too. So he had a lot going for him.